Well, great to see you again, Hans.
Mr. Ill, I was supposed to be allowed to inspect your palace today, and your guards won't let me into certain areas.
Hans, we've been through this a dozen times. I don't have any weapons of mass destruction, okay, Hans?
Then let me look around so I can ease the UN's collective mind.
Hans, you're breaking my balls here, Hans. You're breaking my balls.
I'm sorry, but the UN must be firm with you. Let me see your whole palace, or else.
Or else what?
Or else we will be very, very angry with you. And we will write you a letter telling you how angry we are.
Okay, I'll show you, Hans. You ready? Stand ready to your left. Read them all. Good. There you go, Hans Briggs. How you like that, you fucking cocksucker? You have any idea how fucking busy I am, Hans Briggs? Well, fuck you. You want inspection? Well, inspect that, you butt fucking piece of shit.
Ahoy, tent pirates, plant parents, conscious consumers, and the morbidly curious. Welcome to Cultivation Conversation, a podcast for growers, by growers. Come chat with our hosts, Captain Autoflower, the Real Green Monster, and myself, Girl Go Grow. Grab a bouquet of your favorite flowers, apparatus of choice, and don't forget the fire while I tell you about the special companies that help keep this ship afloat. Busy people, and we demand the best for our plants, so all three of us automate our grows with Autopots. Available in over 63 countries, gravity-powered Autopot systems rely on no pumps, no timers, and no power to operate. This plant-driven automated watering is so precise, it will reduce consumption of feed while increasing yield. An effective and efficient way to delegate a little responsibility. Let your plants feed themselves. Use code CC10 at autopot-usa.com. If quality is the name of your game, look no further than AC Infinity. AC Infinity's grow tents, lights, accessories, and ventilation systems offer reliability and affordability along with total environmental control. Use code CULTIVATION on acinfinity.com to save even more. Frass Valley produces the highest quality superworm frass. Naturally strengthen your plants and enhance their resistance to pests and disease. Use code CC10 at frassvalley.com. We are big fans of mass hydroponics. Whether you're a local in Massachusetts or accessing their full online catalog, they are your one-stop shop for all of your growing needs. Use code CC10 at mass-hydro.com.
What is going on, everybody out there in podcast land?
Yo.
Hello, my darlings.
What's up?
Hey, Joint. Welcome back, man.
Look
Look at this guy. Look at him.
Happy to have you back, dude. You are our first guest. You know that.
Yeah, happy to be back.
I didn't even know that. You were our first guest? Oh, shit. No, it wasn't. I don't know. I thought Big Green Guy was our first guest.
No. He was our first Patreon.
Oh.
But Joint, I'm pretty sure he popped our guest Cherry.
No shit. I know.
Yeah,
I know it was one of the first, and he'd been on multiple times since.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was the first.
That's dope.
Well, you know what they say. You always feel something a little special for your first.
What a long, strange trip it's been.
Yeah, well, I know you've been, up to some awesome stuff in the meantime since the last time we spoken. we'll get into all that. First, introductory formalities. Monster, you just lit one up. What are you smoking on?
Smoking on a fucking cannon of fucking George's root beer.
That is a large joint, sir.
It is. That's like it's like super extra king size.
It is.
That's like
Almost
almost
that
like
type of day.
finger fat, right?
Yeah. So somebody actually, I went to a trade show a while back, and somebody gave me these glass tip cones, and I'm really digging them. I don't know why I didn't use them sooner. And pretty sweet.
I love glass
yeah.
tips.
Pretty fucking sweet, man. Digging
So
the
you
glass
hand
tip.
rolled that?
No, that's the best part. Is it came like this? You just packed it.
Oh.
Good Lord, it comes that size? That was not a choice. That was like, that's how it just comes?
Well, everything's a choice, G3. I had the choice to fill this thing to the top, and I took it.
That's just like, wow, that's so much bigger than most people would just like smoke on a regular basis.
It's been a long day. I took a nice fat dab
monster.
of pure Michigan before the show as well. So, gonna be a wild night. Let's do this.
So, do you have to remove the filter that comes on the cone?
That's the best part here is there's no filter. So the glass tube has its own, like, I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, but it has like its own little filter built in.
It's like the design of the glass itself.
Yeah. Pretty fucking cool.
That's very dope. Clever.
I like it.
That's what you were asking me about the other day?
What's that?
Those glass tips.
I was asking if you ever used them before, because I've been hearing a lot of talk about them over the last couple of years, and I didn't really see the big deal. You know what I mean? But I must say that I like them, and I'll be cleaning these out and reusing them and going forward.
Yeah, they breathe well.
So you can remove it when you're done the joint?
Yeah, so that's what I have here.
Put it in another?
It wasn't easy, dude. That's the thing that pissed me off is they're intending these to be disposable, which I don't like.
Guess you can't really recycle glass tips, can you?
Well, you can if you're smart. You
you clean them first.
You just take the wrapper off and throw that in alcohol and clean right up. But yeah, I don't like the disposal. Like, this industry is. I don't want to go on a fucking rant, but the industry's gotten out of control with packaging. I mean, somebody gave me this a while back, and I was actually smoking on it. It was pretty good, but I mean, look at this. Like, this is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm already high as fuck. What's the problem?
Nicholas Hagee with the bants, man. That's funny.
When in Rome.
You already sound high, man. Well, he's, a quarter through that hog right there.
Quarter?
What do you expect?
Not even.
Not even.
Let's do this.
What do you think you put in there? Like an eighth?
Oh, come on, dude. I don't weigh weed anymore.
At least.
I just fucking... I'm way past that. I don't know. A couple of fat nugs.
That's an eighth.
Yeah,
that's an eighth, dude.
A couple of nice fat tops. Courtesy of BGG. He knows I like it, so he gave me some more.
That's good.
It's nice.
Well, BGG is here. He says Monster likes them big.
Well,
he knows how you prefer your joints, I think.
Yeah, we're definitely talking about joints.
About joints, yeah.
He's got a small piece.
All right, Cap, what do you have tonight, bud?
I am enjoying my recent harvest of, can you guess which one I got?
Tom Scotty.
That's right, number one. The clear-cut winner. I mean, I don't even think
it's that far above and beyond the others. I'm surprised to hear that. I thought that you'd have some trouble between two of them.
So it is. I'm not sure if that is a result of user error in the drying process and curing process on my end, which is something that I'm still learning the art of the post-harvest. You know what I mean? And lining it up with my life schedule too is not I just don't have the time to sit down and be like, well, the plant mandates that I am in trim gulag now. So like, I'm just there forever. It's just, no, I do it when I can. I keep it in the tubs, and it might have been a result of when I removed it from the tubs, that sort of thing. It's just, it's kept
Shit
all
happens.
of its, yeah, you know, like, I don't know, maybe I just fucked up the others is kind of what I'm saying.
Or maybe this
Very
one really
possible.
is above and beyond the others, you know?
Yeah.
That's,
What's
I'm more
it
leaning
smelling?
towards that, I would say,
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, this one's just like awesome. I don't know, really, it's gassy up front, but it has all sorts of other notes, some of which are like dark chocolate, and just, it's very unusual. I described it on the show we did on Saturday night for our special listeners, as like a warm hug from a blanket, you know, like I feel immediate physical full body effects from this smoke. And I usually don't comment on like the effects from a certain strain, but this is definitely one that like, I'm like, oh, holy shit. Can feel it right away. And it's like,
Nice.
you know, just nice, like take a blanket out of the dryer and put it all around yourself. That kind of feeling.
Aw,
Nice.
Comforting.
so cozy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cozy. Exactly. And most importantly, I think the taste, like really it carries through, and yeah, just very pleasurable to smoke, not harsh, and super strong, like gets me high AF. So
That's
cheers.
the goal, right?
Cheers, man.
All right.
What do you got, G3? Or
I'm not. I'm still recovering from pneumonia. You can probably hear it in my voice, so I'm a little froggy tonight. So edibles it is, edibles it has been, and it's just not the same. Ugh. It's fine. It does the job. It's just not the same.
It's
I
not.
miss it. I really am looking forward to being able to smoke again. So
Nothing like
hopefully,
that instant gratification from smoking.
yeah. It feels completely different. It's a completely different ritual. It's just a whole different experience. And I'm a flower kind of girl, and kind of
Yeah.
extracts now too. But just edibles are fine. They do it for me. You know, I'm not going to like raw dog the world because I
There's a
can't
clip right
smoke.
there.
Like it's just not going to happen. So edibles, hooray. And like my lungs get weirdly painful after a while. So if I start becoming quiet towards the end of the show, that's why. So just FYI. So now the important question.
yeah,
Join. What do you have?
what are you smoking on?
Some limeade, but I smoked prior to the show.
She's
But-
so good. God.
Blueberry limeade.
Blueberry limeade.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That
you call
plant
that
was
one of your?
something special.
I don't even know what like your signature strain is anymore, dude. You got so many great new ones that you've been working that I can't wait to get into.
I'd say that's one of them for sure now. I think the blueberry orange juice is probably the number one signature at this point in time. It's the most popular. The
BBOJ.
blueberry. Yeah.
It's incredible. So G&G.
And
Dude, literally everyone who's come across that one has been saying, like, I unfortunately have never had it, never tried it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, sad captain.
Grow it, dude.
I'm gonna have to, but like, you know, everyone's like, yo, this was amazing. Not only did I think it was great, but like my cousins, my uncles, everyone that smoked it was like, oh my god, that was killer, you know. So
that's literally the response I get across the board, in person, online, social media, everything.
All right, I'm definitely Blaze. What strain are we talking about?
The blueberry OJ.
Blueberry
Oh,
OJ.
yeah. Yeah, that shit's fire.
And Monsters had it.
number 4 in particular, right?
Yeah,
so
like
high.
Yeah.
your cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much you done that J, man? Are you like halfway through?
Nah, not even.
It's getting there.
Getting
The
there.
dab before the show is what really did it, and then this
Oh
is
my
just
goodness.
this is icing on the cake.
The cherry on top.
I'd be like laying on the chair.
So why, man, do you think people responded to BBOJ the way they did? Like, what makes that one just amazing?
Oh my God. She's like a kick in the face with flavor. Like that's the first thing straight off the bat. Boom.
Yeah. All right.
It's because it smells and tastes just like the name. You know.
Oh, because you get what you paid for.
Yeah.
It's good.
I
Happy
think
with.
that, and that too. It's it falls along the lines of like the cushion OJ, where it's a major antidepressant and just get shit done kind of thing, kind of weed.
All right. If it's cushion OJ Dom, then I know kind of like, yeah, that was. I remember when, and that is a parent of BB and OJ, and I grew this cushion OJ. I remember talking to you last time, and you told me it was like great for depression and has great mental health properties about it.
That's a limonene.
You were not lying. Yeah, there you go. G3. We've been learning all about terps and such.
Yep.
I mean,
a D-limonene from the oranges. Happy, happy, happy.
Yeah, so I'd say that the high is more cushion OJ dominant, the effect from it, but but it's a kind of a toss up on like the terps and the way it smells between all the different plants. When you grow the seed, from seed, you can get blueberry, you can get orange juice, you can get a combination of the two. I'd say the majority have the combination of the two. That's what my cut has. That's why I think that cut is so special. Because it has that orange juice, but it has the blueberry, and it's like
you want that blueberry too.
It's like a maple syrup bourbony blueberry. That's the way I can describe it. Like bourbon maple syrup type.
Like a Manhattan quality with like that
something
orange
like that
peel in it.
But it's really syrupy.
Huh?
It's crazy.
I like it. No, it's syrupy. It's the first time I've ever heard weed described as syrupy.
Dude, I gotta get it to you, man. You'll understand why.
I can't wait, honestly.
Yeah.
But again, like, I've grown both parents. I can only imagine, how great it is. So, yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Thanks. Yeah, I'd say that one is signature. Just the regular blueberry. Then you go a little further back, the neurotoxin and the cushion OJ, the limeade, the PB and Cray. It's starting to get a big list here.
Yeah, you got a stable now, dude.
Yeah.
Well, but
they're all good though. That's the thing.
All good.
Like they all hit. It's amazing.
They're all building blocks. So like to remind people kind of what is a little bit like what you do kind of differently, I guess, from most breeders, is that like most of the time I'd say you just work with like your own stable of stuff. Like you're re-releasing, combining it with some new stuff from here and there, some carefully vetted new stuff that you like to make new stuff, but it's just you're working the lines that you've created.
Yep, that's the perfect way to describe it.
Make new stuff too.
Yep.
So respect for that,
Respect, man.
Yeah.
And then that's like with this new drop, I introduced the banana pepper and then this skunk from the bakery.
Yeah, what does that banana pepper come across like? Does it come across as like a banana pepper or a banana or a pepper?
I've only had a couple plants kind of smell like banana, but it's more because it's banana runts crossed to Neville's Haze. So it's more like runcy. It's like creamy flavor, ice creamy.
Fake banana.
Kinda.
Gotcha. I
It's
can
more like
understand it. Like,
it's like I don't know. Have you guys ever grown like the real gelato?
No.
Anybody?
Haven't.
No.
Oh.
It smells like that kind of creamy, gelato-y, ice creamy. And then
interesting.
some of the plants that I grew had a little bit of a banana flavoring, but I never got any pepper flavoring.
Mhm.
So
I think that's got to be a more rare terpene, but
probably.
it's probably in there. That like, and I've heard that it's more of like that green pepper skin kind of smell. You know what I mean? Like when you cut into one, and it's that sharp,
Yeah.
like almost vegetal type of smell.
Vegetable type. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't think about it like that. I was like just thinking maybe like black pepper type smell, you know?
No, I think it's like
ground,
specifically
fresh ground pepper.
green pepper. Like
Yeah.
it's
okay.
a weird, like a bell pepper.
Yeah. Coming
If
with
it's the
maybe-
one
Cheetos.
from Cosmic Wisdom, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So like I remember reading their description about it. And yeah, that was some of the rarer phenotypes have this like green bell pepper note.
Interesting.
Could be cool.
That's interesting.
I know. Now my mind's on terps. I wonder which terps do that. You know.
Well, now that I know that, maybe I'll be able to find it. You know, as I wasn't even thinking of like bell pepper.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. So, because what's the other pepper terp? Is that beta caryophyllene, right?
Yep. Beta caryophyllene.
Yeah.
So,
That's
interesting,
certainly
man.
A lot more common.
Yeah. I could
But-
see actually, we'll get into this next show, but there's alpha and beta pinene, and beta pinene is actually really rare in cannabis, though it does exist. And it has that green woodsy pininess to it, but it's super rare to find in cannabis. So maybe that's it.
Maybe
Maybe
that's
it
it.
has a lot of beta
Yeah.
pinene in it.
Yeah,
We gotta
possibly.
we'll have to get some more shit tested, joint.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, I want to test everything now. I want my own like at-home terpene tester.
Joint,
Right away.
everybody asks. I don't remember, dude. Do you remember how much that testing ended up being? Like,
I think it was like $75 because it was like we got a deal for doing it for the first time there.
okay,
But I think it's like normally $100.
yeah, wasn't, and that was with.
It was
terps.
fairly cheap.
And that
It was with
ter-
terpenes. Yeah.
Yeah. They were wicked cool over there. It was like not what I expected at all.
Yeah, I remember you were having a blast over there.
Yeah, we were just chilling,
Yeah.
talking, fucking. Yeah, gave me a bunch of free shit to walk out the door with, and he wouldn't, because they would only take a little sample. Like he's like, we can only take this much. He's like, man, this stuff smells amazing. And I was like, just take a nug. He's like, I can't. And I'm like, fucking, because there's like cameras everywhere. I'm like, dude, what if I just go like this and drop the bag on the floor? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember he told me that.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. I was like, how about if I just leave it in your car? He's like, there's cameras out there too. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Monster was actively trying to give this guy some.
Yeah, I wanted him to try it. Yeah, because you sent me an ounce, I think, and they only needed like a fucking gram, like for the testing. So, yeah.
DM me the results.
Yep.
So the reason, not the reason, but one of the reasons we have you back on, that you got a big drop coming up. You've been hard at work. You got some results.
Mm-hmm.
And that means we have a grow along coming up.
Exactly.
I was just gonna say that.
We're rolling out the red carpet for the one that we still have this sentimental attachment to, because you were our first. And
I took your V card.
Just sometimes I still just think about you late at night. But no, man, I got to get some joint custody back in my tent. I can't, like, this drop you have, like when I saw it, literally my jaw dropped because you know, it's essentially a double release. It's not just one line. It's not just one, you know, selection of new worked strains with fun names and all that. Like, it's two.
Yeah.
Two.
It's the biggest one I've ever had.
Yeah, dude. It's it's epic.
Yeah. I wanted to do is just get all my favorite cuts and find some new things too. That's why I did the banana pepper and then the skunk, because I've always wanted to do some skunk stuff. And I know that the community has been actively looking for skunk things recently too. I just thought that would be a really good fit. And then, you know, I'm really good friends with the bakery, with Nathan, who owns the bakery, and he does amazing work. So him and his buddy created a skunk, and it was absolutely amazing. And I just was like, okay, I found some good cuts from the banana pepper, from the skunk. I'm going to cross it to all the cuts that I have that I've built up over like the last 4 or 5 years, and then just release them all. And I've been doing this since the Supreme Leader drop in, what was that, 2022 or 2021?
Yeah, man.
So found so many good plants in that drop during testing, the PB and Cray, and then later on the Gonzo grape. That one has been creeping up to be my favorite right now.
I can't wait to hear all about that one.
It's
this one's
so
funny.
good.
Went on a break, has a double release.
You know,
that's what an artist does, man. They go away for a year and boom, drop a double album.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I just like to take my time, you know. Like when I say I'm taking a break, it means I'm just like pheno hunting. I'm still actively working towards a goal, though, you know, with the seed creating and things like that. And I'll say it again, after this drop, I'm taking another break. This shit took forever, you know.
I believe it, man. So which line do you want me to bring up first that we can run through?
Peanut butter or jelly?
All right, we'll bring up the PB and Cray here. And figure out this technology.
What in the hell?
This darn technology, I'll tell you what.
Monster is over there zoning. Look at him.
He's
rocking.
I'm the time of his life.
Yeah.
All we need is the music playing in the background.
Here it is, my friends. Behold. Side 1. The epic double album is the PB and Cray lineup, which I grew PB and Cray. It was incredible. I have to say, I mean, after all was said and done, it was the standout of the tent and one of the Violet Beauregard phenotypes. But this one too was like, I picked a winner, it would have been one of those two. You know,
that was the grow you had where they were like growing above the light, right? Where there was just a jungle in there.
It was a fucking jungle. And but not like, so I did some sours and skunks after that, and they grew even taller and more wild. Yours were at least somewhat more manageable. You know what I mean? Like, not just pure sativas running amok, but they were very tall, and they yielded a shit ton, dude.
Yeah, that was the grow that you had when the XXLs came out, right?
Yeah.
Autopot XXLs, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were huge, dude.
Yep, first plants in the Autopot XXLs. And I remember the resin specifically of the PB and Cray was very like sandy.
Yeah.
Which
that's usually good for like washing and stuff.
Correct.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, if you're looking for that type of thing, this is the lineup you probably are going to want to look at. I don't know. Maybe Gonzo Grapes got that too. But
That it definitely does.
Yeah, the whole
So excited about
whole
all of these.
tent had sandy terps, which are great for washing, but as flour, I will say, they were a little annoying because they clogged up my grinder every single time.
Yeah.
Those heads would just fall off, and like I literally couldn't turn the thing at all. So,
Crazy.
all right,
That's
let's start at
awesome.
the top. Yeah, dude, it is. It was just a little different from what I'm used to, but fucking so much resin. Oh, all right. So, PB and Cray F2.
Triangle Kush cross to Alien OG, which is the Supreme Leader originally.
Supreme
So that's
Leader.
for those that don't know, that's why I keep using Kim Jong Un as part of my artworks and graphics. It's just like it's like a inside joke in our community, you know?
Yeah.
You have to get in our Discord and ask about the backstory to the PB and Cray, the Supreme Leader.
Supreme Leader.
Yeah. And then that's crossed to the Peanut Butter Breath BX3, which was created by my friend Nate with the bakery genetics. I think I grew the original from Thug Pug, and not to hate on Thug Pug, but this one did way better.
Well, it's been worked since that release with so in theory it should be, right?
Yep. So the PB and Cray has two different versions. I found a cherry terp pheno a little while back, and that's how I made the cherry slimeade and the cherry banana bomb. And it was weird. I wasn't expecting any cherry anything, but it's like, the combination of the plants I used just created that. You could distinctly smell the different parents in it creating the cherry. Crazy.
Holy shit. Sounds amazing. Like distinctly cherry too, not like,
And it's not like
you weren't even looking for it. It was just there.
Yeah.
And you're like, holy shit, that's cherry.
Yeah, and it wasn't like chemical cherry that you kind of find on other plants. It's like real chemically fruity type smell, like even some of the orange stuff. This was like dark black cherry.
Oh, I like that.
So
my favorite ice cream, dude.
Hell yeah.
Like a black raspberry, black cherry.
Yep.
That sounds ridiculous. And like it's interesting too because I remember when I grew the original Supreme Leader. And one of the reasons we're calling it that is because I felt like you could find a little bit of everything terp wise in just that combination of like the Kush with the OG. It's like just some of the classics of weed. And you just never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
A little bit of anything could come out.
Yeah, it seemed just anything I use that to breed with creates crazy shit. Good in a good way,
Oh,
it just seems to do really, really well with combining with everything.
I recall you sent me a vial with my blueberry box I got from you that had they were tester beans with the Triangle Kush and Alien OG cross. And I was like, I gotta grow that.
Yeah.
I did. It was incredible. We named it.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, I think
when based on that,
generations later.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I sent you those, I think I had made those like 4 years prior and never really, I'd grown them here and there, but I never really like dug into them hardcore. And then when you grew them, it inspired me to go back into them and dig into it and find the good stuff. Yeah.
Didn't yours throw some crazy colors, Cap? I remember your senescence being insane on that plant.
That
it
one was
was
super purple.
Yeah,
Yep.
she was
purple
gorgeous.
and yellow, like some very
Did you-
symmetrical fade, and like purple and yellow, dark like
Did you-
maroon purple.
And I don't really find that in the Supreme Leader. That's what was crazy about it. Usually you
Really?
get mostly green, little purple hues reminiscent of the Triangle Kush. But yours was just straight purple.
Yeah, I wonder where that came from.
Probably the Alien OG, because
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
one goes purple a lot.
More golf ball nugs too.
Yeah.
So yeah, then let's go down the list. Like we're I don't know.
Oh, we
I
had
think
a
it
Carbon.
question. We had a question about what an F2 is. So, could you explain filial generations?
That's great.
Yeah,
Let's do
yeah,
that.
absolutely. Any questions, I'm happy to answer. So, well, an F1 is just the first generation when you combine two different plants, right? And then the F2 is you take the progeny from the first generation, you find a male and female, and you combine those, and now that is a second generation. There's a little more to it than that scientifically, like with the F1 and being true F1 and things like that. But the generic definition is you combine two different plants, it's an F1,
Word.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So
And then if you
I think people just get confused with the letter F. What's an F2?
filial,
If-
right?
Filial.
Right. Correct. If people just substituted an F with a G for generation, then it would make a lot more sense to people, I'm sure.
Well, that would. You're right.
Not as scientific.
No, but I mean just like as a mind trick to help them remember, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, cool.
Sounds
Well,
like a sports car or something.
yeah,
That's what Nichols Hagley's.
Thanks
Yeah.
for clearing that up for us. So yeah, again, this is not the original PB and Cray.
No,
This is the second generation of that.
correct.
So
I used, I grew this for like 2 years straight. I was sure you guys saw on my Instagram and stuff. I just kept growing it and growing it until I found a really strong plant that checked off almost all the boxes. And then I made the second generation, male too.
oh yeah. I remember watching, and one of the things that like stands out to me, just as a detour from like reading our lineup too, is the testing you do is so above and beyond what most other breeders do. It's awesome to watch, and it's just
Slightly horrifying.
yeah, a little bit of
It can be scary,
Yeah.
Damn,
Get a
I'm
room full of
glad I'm
plants
not a
and-
plant and joints garden.
You get a room full of plants and you can end up with nothing because none of them are strong enough for what you're looking for or whatever. But you got to do that just out of respect for people in the community and the people that are buying your genetics and stuff. I feel like I have an obligation. If I'm accepting money, it has to be as the best of my ability.
And like when you say they're tested, I want people to understand. We don't just mean he grew a couple of them. We mean he grew them and subjected them to some of the most horrific living conditions possible.
Straight up torture.
Deliberately.
It's just torture.
Like 115-degree Las Vegas heat. Like light leaks during the dark period, right? Like you go nuts with the light leak testing.
Yeah, that's one of the main ones I do. Courtesy of you inspire me to do that. I just
That's
never
right.
want that to happen to anybody again. Is if I can prevent it.
And like, more power to you, man. It's
Yeah.
like that was my first photo period grow. Again, like you pop my cherry twice, dude. How does that make you
double
feel?
B card.
So I was, an auto fem grower.
Yeah.
And I'm coming to the world of reg photo periods. I'm scared to death. You know, I'm like, oh, it's going to be. And then, of course, I fuck it up in like the most remedial way possible with like a light leak due to what was it? Like a
fan.
Fan.
It was
It was
Yeah.
a red light on a
fucking
fan.
Yeah,
Blue
dude.
light, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
And blue light
Oh,
special.
I thought it was
Blue light special.
I thought-
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yep, I thought it was a red
And
one.
it made 2 of the 4 plants herm, and it wasn't your fault whatsoever. You know, like it was just like shit happens. But and like 2 of them were great, and they nothing not affected whatsoever. And like I remember you thought that was like super interesting. You were like, I gotta like find those ones that are like light leak resistant and work with those going forward.
Yep. Because they're there. Believe it or not, they're there. And you find those plants as long as they check off all the other boxes you're looking for too, which is extremely difficult to find. Don't get me wrong. You know, you might find a plant that checks off all your criteria, but it herms under light leaks, and then you got to start over, and you know what I mean? So, but when you find those plants and then you continuously breed with those over many, many generations, you get to a point where none of them are phased, you know, or like a very small percentage. That's kind of where I'm at now.
The strongest genetics. Just crazy strong.
So the point, I guess, the point is, if you're gonna, like, if you too are an auto-fem grower, if this, like, we're asking you guys, I know, we're doing a grow along, and we are asking you to plant some reg photo period beans. It might be your first time. Don't be afraid.
Scared.
Joint is really gentle.
And hard.
You're gonna like it. Might hurt at first, but no, it's just like such a great experience, and just like I'm trying to reassure you that if you fuck it up, you're probably not gonna fuck it up.
I dropped Blueberry OJ down 4-5 stairs, and she came all the way out of her pot when she was a tiny little seedling, and I stuck her back in the soil, and she was absolutely fine. These are strong girls. If you're going to like fuck around with photos for the first time, these are the genetics to do it with.
I think in some ways
100%.
photos can be easier to grow. I think a lot of people worry about the environmental challenges of the nighttime. It is something to consider. Your humidity is going to spike at night. You need the dark period, obviously, to get it to flower. But don't fear regular seeds. Too many people get scared of reg seeds. And
Don't fear the reg seed.
We have an episode that just goes over this. We need another one, honestly.
This might be it.
Well, people, look, you shouldn't be scared of something. People fear what they don't understand or they don't know, or you have a fear of failure, right? Fear of failure will get you to not do something. Don't be scared. It's easy. It really is easy. There's so many different ways to sex test the plant. You can send it off to these fucking these testing places, you know, for fairly cheap. Males will generally show first. You could take some. I've said it before. It's as simple as getting a cardboard box and a fucking LED light bulb, and you could take a couple of cuts, throw them into 12-12, unrooted, and they will sex generally around the same time they're rooted. They start rooting.
Yep. Or even just the tops.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that people are a little more intimidated by photos because of the extra effort you have to put in with the sexing and switching the light cycle and things like that. And honestly, I think they're easier because like Monster likes to keep plants in solos forever, you know, and
you can do that with these.
You can keep them in there forever. If they get unhealthy or hungry, whatever, they're fine. You transplant them, and 2 weeks later, as long as you take care of them, they'll be healthy as rain again.
sitting here for a while, just chilling. She's green.
Yeah.
She's
So
green.
what I'm trying to say is you have the ability to make mistakes with photos, that you can't
Yes.
normally make with the autoflowers.
You can recover from, for sure.
Correct.
And like sexing itself, I feel like that is probably the most intimidating and the biggest reason why we don't see people do the reg photos very often.
That and then space too, because you have to have the extra space for the males, right? Because if you want
In
5
theory,
females, you'll want to pop at least 10 because of the 50-50. But with mine, though, it's
with
usually
yours,
like 70.
It's somewhere, it's like 80%. Dude, I always get I plant 6 because I want 3 good plants, but it ends up being 5 females. And it's, again, something to do with the genetics you work with. Like, they definitely are majority female. It's not just.
I have a theory. I've been trying to pinpoint the reason why this happens with my stuff, and I think it's
you're
because
a bitch.
Totally. You nailed it, bro. No, honestly, I think it's because the cuts that I choose are so like unharmable. They're such females, right? That it somehow passes that along.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? Like I can't break it down scientifically for you, but I think it has something to do with that. They're just such strong,
They're the girly
unharmable
girls.
females. Right. There you go. That somehow gets passed down and you get a majority female,
That makes
There's
a lot of
times
sense.
Yeah, man. There's
Who
something
knows if it's
to it.
right or not, but it makes sense.
Right. I was talking
That's-
to Mass Medical about this a few different times, and he thinks I'm on the right track with that theory, but he doesn't know either. It's something to do with
man.
that.
Genetics are just so interesting.
You can go down a rabbit hole.
It's just like, I don't know. There's some when you see it in humans too, it's just like some like couples seem to only make boy children. It's just like, I don't know. Like, yeah,
More boys.
Some only have girls. Then it's like, I don't know. I don't know why that happens. But all right.
Here's a quick tip, just so we don't glaze over it real quick. You want to flip these plants earlier than you think. They're gonna generally more than double in size.
Yeah,
and I think that's where a lot of people will make mistakes. Captain.
Yes.
Over and over and over and
we're
over.
We're gonna flip, like when we do our grow along, we're probably gonna be flipping around like week 4.
You can also look if you're scared. You can also grow from 12-12.
Yeah, week 4.
Not 5. He's like maybe 6.
No, you know what?
7.
I think what
4.
I really do think we're gonna do some sex testing. I think that's just the easiest way to do this these days. It's not that expensive. You go to like Farmer Freeman or something, and you send them
and you can get the results as soon as the little first leaf is available. Like the cotyledon.
So you can literally just plant a bunch of seeds in solo cups, and by the time they're like ready to transplant out of the solo cups, you'll know which is which, and you'll be able to transplant just the females. If it's a matter of, like, for me, it's like I don't want to fucking like fill a bunch of pots with soil and plant plants that I don't have to, right? It's like a waste of resources.
Right.
And therefore, like, this is the best way to do that. If, you don't have to go through that pain in the ass process of wasting your soil and your space. You'll have some solo cups to start. Maybe 10 days later, we'll transplant them into whatever your final containers are going to be. I don't know. You think we should do like a 1 gallon stage in between?
What? No.
Or no, just transplant right into the final containers.
Yeah, don't make
and
extra
then we'll
steps.
Veg for 3 more weeks. We'll flip it week 4. Yada, yada, yada. It's going to be...
That sounds good.
Going to be great.
Yep.
Back to the lineup.
Solo cup into the autopots.
We've only gone gone through one.
I know we've gone through like one. We've got a whole nother drop.
I know. Let's try to just list the rest of them.
My bad.
Without going into too much detail. No, it's our.
No, we could talk about
fault.
every single one
I
of
know.
these strains for like half an
I
hour
know.
easy.
Easy. But I just want to get the names out there so people in podcast land can hear what we're working with for the PB and Cray lineup.
So next, black bourbon. That's my special cut of blueberry orange juice crossed to the PB and Cray, and it's very mapley, nutty. You get a little bit of the orange in there too, but it kind of towards the end of harvest kind of dumbs down a bit, and the nuttiness, bourbon maple really shines through on a lot of them. That's why I named it black bourbon.
Pancakes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard to describe. Like it just smells like maple bourbon whiskey or something. That's the only way I could describe it.
That's goodness. To me, that sounds like a good Woodford Reserve Manhattan.
Yeah.
With
something.
a nice like orange slice.
Yep.
So maybe, a good, maybe they like took the torch to that orange slice beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got that zest on the rim of the glass.
It's kind of reminiscent of that, what it reminds me of. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some that are totally orange from the mom, but the majority have both, and the majority are like nutty, more PB and Cray. So it's really, really amazing.
What's next?
All right.
Cherry banana bomb. So that's the banana pepper from Cosmic Wisdom, and cross to the cherry pheno of the PB and Cray, that dark black cherry, and that just created like a cherry gelato-y, runcy, very flavory, candy-ish, sugary.
Oh man,
with
just keep adding more to my list, right? Like I'm running out of space here.
And a matter of fact, like the one I'm testing one of the ones I'm testing right now in the 5x10, and just let me make it clear too, I'm testing a lot more than what's in the 5x10. I just can't expose everything, right? So that's what I can put online, right? So plant counts and shit like that. But the one I have in the 5x10 it looks like, have you guys seen the Tropicana cherry cut? It's like all purpley, frosty. It looks just like that. Looks just like that, but it actually smells like sugary cherry gelato.
Damn. Sounds amazing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have the pictures at the moment. I'm waiting to harvest everything, right? So that that it's like genuinely tested. Pictures come after the harvest, yada, yada, yada.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
so
we
they'll
still
be coming up very soon.
By the time I get this podcast edited and most people hear it, it'll be like close to the drop. We're definitely going to get it out there before that happens. The drop's on October 18th.
Correct.
And the pictures, of course, too, will be posted on your site before that so people can see.
Oh, yeah. And on Discord. I harvest in like 9 days, so the pictures will start coming out right at that time.
He's harvesting the seeded plants in 9 days, right?
No. The testers.
Word.
The seeds are done.
Word.
Seeds have been done.
Word.
That's so harvesting the testers.
Okay. Cool. So we don't have to worry about like packing up a bunch of beans in 3 days.
Nah.
I guess that wouldn't work.
He's a professional at this point. He knows.
These have already been tested. What do you mean just like your final round of testers, right?
Correct. So
yeah.
I've been growing, like I said, I've slowly been growing them since 2022. And as I've created each new one over the span of the last few years, I've been growing them. Some I'll grow multiple times, like the PB and Cray and stuff. But yeah, I've been growing them over the last 2 to 3 years. And this was the final one because I really wanted to get the skunk into this drop. I don't know. I had a conversation with you a few months back where I was trying to get the skunk in. I wasn't sure if I was going to get it in.
Yeah.
So that's why I waited and did this one last grow so I can get that skunk in.
I'm glad you did, man. The skunk is something different. Like if people are looking for something like a little extra unique, that skunk and the PB and Cray is the peanut butter skunk. Sounds ridiculous.
It really does, honestly.
And dude, the yield from the skunks, like I gotta give it to Nate and his buddy Taz from the bakery. They did their thing on that skunk. The yields are huge. They're like autoflower yields.
That's crazy. So interesting you say that, man. Because it's not. So I'm not crazy that like my autoflowers yield way more than my photos. I'm not crazy in thinking that.
No, I mean when you see like pictures of autoflowers and stuff, you can see sometimes they got like arm size,
nugs.
Mm-hmm.
They're like sometimes as thick as your arm. Right?
Yeah. No,
you don't always get that with photos.
Yeah, dude, it's interesting. No, I was just like, my latest harvest, like although great in quality, is like I'm like some of the plants was like maybe 4 ounces. 5.
The Romscotties.
Yeah. They weren't like huge yielders, even in the XXLs, But like, not that like that. I don't really care about yield. Again, I'm just like looking for the best stuff. But like, it's just interesting to me. Some of my autoflowers, like I've grown 1/2-pound plants, easy. Yeah. It's just dude. So I don't know. All right, I'm not crazy. Autoflowers can yield more. Okay.
Yeah, they look like from the pic. I've grown a couple. I didn't do very well with them, but from what I've seen from you and some other people in the community, they can get huge. Those autoflowers. I'm like, why won't my plants get like that? My photos, like, what the hell? The limeade
to do, yeah.
The limeade and the cactus get pretty big, but the majority don't get too big. So,
all right, I'm not crazy. Cool. So then we got
not crazy.
Not on that end, anyway.
Not on that.
not on that front. Then we got
the peanut butter grapes.
Woohoo!
Yeah, yes,
it's
sir.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter jelly.
Pretty much. Yeah, the Gonzo grape is so grapey because the mom of that is the King's Kush. I got that from California. I actually got that from Create Genetics a few years back, and it was like the real deal cut. It's so grapey. It's like a grape swisher.
I can't wait to grow her. I'm definitely growing that strain.
It's so grapey. Grape soda or grape swisher. I don't know if you guys have ever had a grape swisher, but they're really like grapey. The cigars that you roll blunts with. Yeah.
And it's super like that grapey. Artificial super grapey flavor. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Really, really grapey. Combining it with the PB and Cray, you still get some of that grape. PB and Cray tends to take over a little more, but the grapes are in there on that one.
Awesome.
And it's very frosty and cushy.
Can't wait.
Yep.
Making this fucking hard, man.
I know every single one. I'm like, I want that, and I want that, and I want that.
Yeah. Anything. Well, not anything. So with the Supreme Leader in it, or the PB and Cray, because it has the Alien OG, the Triangle Kush. So like the Gonzo Grape King's Kush is essentially an OG trifecta. The best OGs, Really, really good.
OGs.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Some of the most pleasurable plants to grow are those OGs. Sometimes I just love the big Christmas tree structure with the golf ball nugs.
Yeah. And they're always so potent.
Yeah.
Usually.
Fuck you up.
Well, wait till we get to the grape when you got the Quinfecta OG on the Hubba Bubba grape.
All right.
But yeah,
we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Let's not discount Violet Beauregard,
Beauregard.
number 2, which was one of my favorites from the last 10 to full of JC's stuff.
So this is actually, it's not a second generation. It's a version 2 because it's slightly different. The first generation was just my original blueberry across the Supreme Leader. So the blueberry OG is also, I created that many years ago from scratch. That is the father of the blueberry.
Yeah, I was going to say. So that's like interesting.
And then I used the PB and Craig. Still has Supreme Leader in it. So it's like similar. It's a version 2. Came out really good.
All right. Fuck yeah.
Slightly different, but has the blueberry, has the nuttiness in it. Very unique.
I like how it's V2, you know, like you've just explained it. I was looking at it earlier. I was like V2, not F2. Like now
version
I get it.
2. Yeah, now it makes
Version 2.
perfect sense. Similar, but slightly different.
Yep.
And that
And,
one was like, I grew 2 of those last time I grew your stuff. I had 2 Violet Beauregard. Granted, it was the V1, but like yield wise, these were
they were monsters, right?
way bigger than 4 ounces. Yeah, I'll say that. These were probably closer to the 8, you know, like a half LB plant status. And yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of those Violet Beauregards. They had, again, those like sandy terps. They're the sandy trichomes, which would make for a great presser, especially at that yield.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But you press or wash it, you're going to get huge returns.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So yeah, that definitely is exciting to see a, you know, new and improved version of her.
A reemergence of her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had you in mind, man, because you said you enjoyed it so much. You know, I was like, and I like it. A lot of other people like it. I was like, all right, we'll bring this one back.
Yeah, man. I liked her so much. I knew I would, just based on the lineage. I had to pop 2 or grow 2. I popped 5, right? Got 4 females and like had to snuff 2 of them. That's how it goes. The last, not least, of course, we got the Cherry Slimeade.
Yeah. I'm really into this one too. It's so hard.
That just sounds, I know, dude, the more I think about it, that just sounds ridiculous. Blueberry Limeade crossed with the Cherry PB and Cray.
It's so the yields are really big, just like the limeade and the cactus. It's got that musky, limey, reminiscent of the cactus and the limeade, with just that from the plants I've had, just a touch of the cherry. Just like not overpowering. Majority are closer to the cactus. But yeah, made for some great plants, some great medicine. High yielding too.
Is that one the most fruity of the bunch, would you say?
Nah, cherry banana bomb, dude. That thing is
super.
I told you, it's like runcy.
Yeah.
You know, it's very fruity.
Word.
And then maybe the black bourbon. I don't know. They're all really freaking. It's so hard.
Like you got like terps for everyone. If you can't find something that like stands out to you, if you like fruit terps, we got that. If you like meat terps, we got that. You like skunk, that's in here. You know what I mean? Like, it's so well rounded that I think if you can't find something you like, then I don't know what you're smoking.
Right. Yeah, you know, that's one of pretty much my number one priority besides the strength and resilience and stuff of the plants is the terps, dude. Because there's nothing like open up a bag of some fire and you're like, holy shit, this smells so crazy, you know?
Well, that's agreed. And I do love that you kind of like, it's not like a simple naming convention. It's just like you're telling people what they're gonna get. And like, it's like Babe Ruth pointing to the fence. You know what I mean? Like you're calling your shot. Just like, it ain't easy to do that, to have that kind of consistency, right? But you're so confident that you're gonna get fucking cherry banana bomb terps that you put it in the name.
Yep.
No getting around it.
That's huge for me because I know when I was starting out, I'd go to buy seeds and stuff. That shit never was like the pictures, never was like the name, right? You never got what you paid for, hardly ever. So it's very important to me to make sure that everything is precise. People are getting what they pay for.
Amen. All right.
All right,
We're
halfway
done.
through.
We're done. Side one of our
We're side
double
one.
album epic release. I know
All right,
this
time for the B-sides.
might just be a long show. I know. Buckle up. Gonna try here. So yeah, again, like as if that weren't enough, that's usually like a breeder's full 2 years worth of work. Not saying it's nothing to be proud of releasing, one album.
Right.
Especially that many.
An achievement.
We got a double disc here.
But yeah, this is just like you've been inspired. Sometimes you're inspired and you got more to say.
I was so blown away when the grape dropped too. I was like, "You're kidding!" Like I knew that the PB and Craig drop was coming. I did not know that the grapes were coming.
Yeah, I remember seeing your comments. And
just like mind blown. I was like, "Oh my god!" There's a whole second.
You
drop.
said,
man.
Grape extravaganza.
Yeah, the grapes. I was unprepared for the grape extravaganza.
That was like what I was going for. Hit him with the second one out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was a 1-2 punch. I immediately scrapped all of my growing plans and like reorganized everything. So yeah,
That's
this
awesome.
grow along's going to be
Appreciate
killer.
that.
I know, like this. It's just ridiculous, man. It's like I'm blown away at the work you've done.
It's really coming to light now. Like when you see it in front of you, like all these different strains. We just got through talking about fucking the first 7 strains.
Yeah, 7. Now we got 7 more.
7 more.
Don't forget the bonus releases.
I know. There's like what 3 extra bonuses?
Shit, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, we better get moving.
All right, let's get a move on.
So,
yeah.
What's up with this Gonzo Grape F2?
Yeah, I touched on that on the other flyer, but yeah, King's Kush, man, it smells like the grape swishers, dude. Great, it's like grape carbonated grape soda, or just reminds me of when I was younger and I was into smoking blunts, and I'd get grape swishers, and it just smells so grapey. It's kind of what it reminds me of. But yeah, really good plants. They're not the highest yielding. You're gonna get more of the OG style golf ball nugs, right? But they're really dense, and the medicine's great. And you get the flavor, you get the kush, you get the potency. It's all there. That's why I decided to create a whole lineup around it too.
Yeah, right. So it's like this is like the I don't know, this like the title track. Let's call it. Right. On our double album release. And I just want to show I have the OG, right? The F1 right here.
Nice.
From your Supreme Leader drop. And it's like, man, I'm like intrigued. I would love to grow the F2 like next to the F1 sort of thing.
Ooh, that's a fun idea.
See a little bit of, what's going on. But,
yeah.
Just thinking out loud. There's too many great new strains to even consider that. What the fuck am I talking about? But it's like at some point, this is like, I have this, and it's like knowing that you felt it was good enough to create a whole line around, like obviously I'm going to be growing some of these at some point, going to revisit a classic. So.
Yeah, you should at some point, man. You won't be disappointed. When I first made it, I wasn't thinking it was going to be one of the standouts, right? But it's not necessarily always about what I think. I try to take feedback from everybody, you know, the people that grow it, my friends, family that smokes it and stuff. And then that's kind of how I come to the conclusion of what I'm making the star of the show, so to speak. This one was across the board, just like the PB and Cray. Everybody was wanting this one, including myself.
That's cool, man. You just let the plants kind of do the talking.
Yeah. And the people.
And the people. About the plants.
Yep. We love our
So
community.
we have a F2 of the Gonzo grape. Yeah. And then why don't you just name your children here, man. I want you to.
Grape juice. So the reason, you know, grape juice, I have all the juices under my belt already. I needed to add grape juice, you know, the limeades and stuff like that, the orange juices. That's why I named it that. But yeah, this one's really good too.
Super fruit forward.
It's very fruity. But you also get the OG in it too. But I'd say so far the majority are orangey. That cushion OJ just tends to dominate over everything most of the time. You know, there's exceptions, but on all the projects I've done, that orange always stands out heavily. But yeah, this one you do get the grape too. Really
interesting. Really yeah, very like dominant genetics in that cushion OJ.
And then you also get the strength from that blueberry orange juice cut. I mean, no doubt one of the strongest cuts I've ever found, and it just happens to be such good flavorful medicine on top of it. Like I've tried so hard to make this cut throw nanners and balls, and I have yet to do it. I'm not just saying that. I tried so hard. Insane.
So funny, man.
Yeah.
Couldn't hermit if you tried.
That transfers over too. So really easy plants to grow. Can't go wrong.
No, man. No,
especially for
any one of
beginners.
These sounds like a winner.
Now the Hubba Bubba grape, the Quinfecta, the OG Quinfecta. Because
this is that one. Okay.
Yeah, so this is the pre-98 Bubba, the BX1 that I made, and I used the Venom OG to make that. So we got Bubba Kush, Venom OG, Triangle Kush, Alien OG, King's Kush.
Wow.
This is one of my favorites.
So it's 5 different or 4 different Kushes.
5.
Jesus, man, dude.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So
this is just gonna be like
a kaleidoscope.
I have no idea which I'm gonna do, man. This is so hard.
It's so good. They're not the biggest yielding for sure. They stay really small and squat because of the Bubba. And the Bubba and the Venom, just like the neurotoxin, stays pretty short and squat. But yeah, this one is just a pure narcotic body high. This shit could have been named neurotoxin. Head and body meltdown, you know. And then the cushy flavor and the grape, and it's really good.
Word.
Okay,
got my interest piqued, right? Then we got.
Just keep adding more to the list.
And we got Gangsta Grape.
Just when I think
Probably
I've picked my favorite, we keep getting a new one.
Yeah,
I know.
I want this Gangsta Grape real bad.
If you were gangsta,
you're
gonna want this one.
I want it.
That's made with the same blueberry OG that I made with the Violent Beauregard version 2. Blueberries and grapes. Kush, so good. That's actually like a quadfecta OG. I didn't even realize that. Blueberry OG, King's Kush, Triangle Kush, Alien OG. And a lot of these are heavily OG dominant on this grape gang lineup.
So we're getting golf ball nugs, but like super potent super frosty. And actually, I find that the OGs are the easiest trim jobs by far.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
You
definitely.
know, I had that in my mind too, and I forgot to say that. A lot of these are super easy to trim. The skunks though are quite
Yeah, they're hell.
leafy. They're leafy, but they still yield a lot too. They're just a bitch to trim.
I can attest. But maybe mixed with this, Gonzo grape, you're going to have some of that toned down and find some phenotypes that have some skunk to it, but not be so leafy. There's your keeper.
Well, majority of the ones I have are super leafy right now, but I am going to keep growing them. Try to find one that's more reminiscent of the OG in terms of flower to leaf ratio.
For sure.
But yeah, they're really leafy. But don't let that scare you because they're still yield really well and it's still great medicine. It's worth the flower's worth the trim.
100%.
The juice is worth the squeeze.
The flowers
Flowers worth the
trim.
trim. I like that.
Yeah.
That is a good saying. Then we got what I think two of the most intriguing sounding ones coming up here in the whole. This is like we're kind of like we're at the end of the second album. This is where it starts to get a little weird. This is
You're bringing in the didgeridoos.
Yeah. This is like the end of side 2 of Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. You're like, is this the same band where I just like heard Zero and Bullet with Butterfly Wings? You're like, boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, chick. Some weird, really weird songs.
Still a banger, though.
It's a great album, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're not catchy as fuck and classic.
No, but that
intro
track, you're right, totally warped. Mind fuck. But anyway, let's carry on.
They just sound very intriguing to me. That's all. This Concord Cactus Cooler.
Yeah. So this is the Cactus Breath cut is the mom, and to the Gonzo grape. Very high yielding, and this is like a musky grape, mentholy grape. So reminiscent of the Cactus Breath.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them do put out those foxtaily flowers just like the cactus does. And, the cactus does that no matter what.
That's a natural thing, yeah.
Yeah. I love the way it does that. I know a lot of people may not like
I don't know why foxtails get shit on so much.
I love foxtails. I think they're beautiful.
I think it's so cool. Yeah, I think it's so cool.
When they're natural like that, it's much more like photogenic too than when they're like big and kind of bulbous from having like too much light or going past their
there's a
prime
difference
or something.
between genetic foxtails and stress foxtails.
Right.
Yeah, you can totally tell like they're just that's just how the plant wants to grow naturally.
Yep. And I'll mention too that Dabs for Dads, he's the creator of the Cactus Breath. He did a phenomenal job. So
what's the lineage on the Cactus Breath?
It's Cactus by Mendo Breath.
Ooh.
Originally created by Thug Pug.
And is Cactus more of like a broadleaf variety? Like indica leaning or sativa leaning? Because I'm guessing sativa leaning with those foxtails coming out of the.
I'm gonna go with more sativa leaning, but I haven't really been able to find much information on just the cactus itself that they used. Like I scrubbed Google and stuff, and you don't find too much about it. Find a lot of shit about the Mendo Breath, but not necessarily about the cactus. So it's been hard to find information on that. But yeah, I'd say because of the foxtailing and things like that, it's going to be
at
least in the way it looks,
dude.
and the way that it grows too. I was going to bring that up. Very tall, vigorous plants. They get real big, real fast, and yeah, they like triple in size. And you guys have seen on my Instagram, they go above the light sometimes. But yeah, really
that's
high
why
yielding.
We're flipping it week 4.
Yeah.
Even earlier in some
if you're
cases.
growing that, yeah.
I would suggest a 3-week flip.
Yeah,
really.
right. You could even do that if we're doing this one. You may want to consider that for sure.
Yeah, that one's. I think that one will be a fan favorite too for sure. Really, really good.
Just
Really
sounds
good
so
name.
unique.
We'll have to hash out the final details, but we should definitely have like a few different categories, styles,
Yeah, for sure.
challenges. Yeah, I think it'll be fun. It'll be the
Yeah.
first time I've participated in a grow off. It's nothing
Yeah.
against other breeders or anything, but this is the first time Cultivation Conversation is actually doing one, so I got to do it. It's like an authority thing with me. We've
Fuck
talked
you, I
about this
won't do what you
before.
tell me.
Yeah, kind of thing.
We
I-
literally had an episode called "Fuck You, I Won't Grow What You Tell Me."
yeah, I was based
But,
around my.
you know, it's.
It's,
I think in
this
the
will be
right
fun.
setting, like again, like I think again too, like I'm in between grows. Some of my momentum has died down from like, I'm so weed rich that it's just like I don't really have much of a reason to start anything new. I wouldn't even know how to narrow down my selection of my massive bean collection either. So like this is just such a great way to get you up and moving, without thinking too hard about it. Get your menu kind of curated for you, though it is still 14 tracks. But still, like, you get to pick anything from these 2 drops and run with that,
Yeah, anything.
Just
That
narrows it
was
down
a
from
big thing
everything
we
else in the
decided on.
universe.
Instead of choosing something, I feel like you said, people would like it better to pick whatever one they want. So that's another reason why I made so many.
There you go. And another
Yeah, but
reason
choices.
why this is what we wanted to make like our first official grow along too. There you go. Another cherry popped. First Cultivation Conversation grow along. Official, by the way, too.
I'm
We're
gonna
gonna
have
have
to buy a new wallet for all these V cards I got, bro.
you slaying.
We're just completely obsessed with you, Giant.
No, it's yeah, I mean you could say that for sure.
No, I appreciate it, guys. Really, you guys are awesome. Thank you.
You're
I
just a
love being a part
standout
of
dude.
your community and stuff, man. But anyway, grape jalapeno, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, the jalapeno. This is one of the ones I, like we were talking about before. I couldn't find that terp. So the name doesn't necessarily mean that that's what you're gonna get. That's who's to say it's not in there. Now that I know
Oh, it's in
what
there.
that turf is smelling like now, because I was more thinking like black pepper mill turps is kind of what I was looking for.
It's aptly named because
because
it's
the
in there.
Bubba Kush has those black spicy pepper mill type of terps, so that's kind of why I had it in my head that that's what I was looking for. But this is going to be like a grapey, runcy gelato, just like the cherry banana bomb.
Interesting, dude.
Yeah,
But not
very
not like
frosty
spicy.
flanks.
Not a spicy one.
No, not necessarily spicy. I was having a really hard time coming up with the name, so I chose to flip it to grape jalapeno. But usually, I try to get the names perfect to what you're gonna get. This is one of the exceptions where I just couldn't find nothing that smelled like bell peppers, jalapeno. So,
but again, that could very well be in there if that's something you're looking for. Like, pop an extra couple and look for that.
Yeah, if Cosmic said that that's in there, I'm sure it is in there.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine that comes from the Neville's Haze.
Yeah, it must be something old school and kind of lost. But
and then grape skunk. Pretty much
the grand finale.
Similar to the peanut butter skunk, just grape and cushy, leafy, but you can get some really raunchy ones in there, some really skunky ones. It's pretty awesome. Really high yielding too, but still shorter plants. Short, squat, really high yielding, like big autoflower flowers.
Big
It's
doinks.
funny I say that, right? That's what I always think of when I see the autoflower flower. It's like, Jesus, how are they
They
so
are.
big?
That's so. That's honestly. I'm glad to hear you say that because I was wondering that the other day. Like, am I just like a better auto grower than I am a photo grower? Like, what's going on here?
Maybe. I'm
I mean, I think
definitely
that
a better
very
auto
well
grower
be
than I am a
that
photo
very
Yeah,
grower.
well might be the
For
case.
could be the
sure.
case.
Um, I don't know. I feel
They're
like
two different beasts,
yeah,
really.
they are.
I think maybe it has to do with the fact that they're growing so fast, right? That transfers over to the yield too. Maybe, because they're on a time limit, they're growing so fast, they got to put out as much as they can in set
Mm.
amount of time, and maybe that's the reason why they can have the
Or
potential to
that's
get so
just
big.
like as
We still have people
simple.
that suck at growing autoflowers though too, and grow midgets.
They're
So
all
don't
always
look.
stunted.
It's like
I think
a
it's
couple
too
are
like
grown.
it doesn't just have to be as simple as you're giving them like light, more light, more off, more during the day. Like 20 hours of light a day equals more buds on the plant. Is it
Possible.
as
That
simple
too.
as
Yeah,
that?
that too, right?
Yeah,
I
definitely
don't
could
know.
be.
Could be a combination of
More
the
Yeah,
two.
maybe I
photosynthesis,
need
more
to like
energy
up
in the
my
plant.
DLI. Like when I'm doing photo periods, I need to
I've been
think more
talking
in
about this for
those
a while
terms.
now. I've been pushing 13 hours light in all my flower rooms.
Hmm.
Mammoth has come out with some science backing this up recently, like within the last couple of weeks. Mammoth LED.
I was looking into that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was reading that too. I was actually considering doing 13 and 11 because of that. Never done that. I've always been a
Mm-hmm.
12-12 guy.
Well,
Yeah, it's kind of
if
was like the standard. But I mean, what, like somewhere between 14 and 15 hours is that trigger period?
Mm-hmm.
So
and
in
if
the papers that they put on Instagram, their white papers, they
the
said they didn't
yield,
really see a significant difference if it was at 14 hours. They saw the difference at 13.
yes. And it was
Interesting.
pretty
Yeah,
significant too. Something like a 30% yield increase from
20
just
to
an
30 or
extra hour
Yeah.
of light.
I
Whoa.
Yeah.
estimated 15 to 20%. I think that's what I said. So yeah, that's interesting.
yep.
Very
I'm glad to see
interesting.
somebody publish some data on that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they're doing a
So
lot of cool stuff.
yeah, we should put that in the Discord. But yeah, dude, this is just again like what like most breeders would just release one of these at a time, you know. I feel like you kind of like you said yourself, you were surprised by this Gonzo grape and how good it was, and there you go. You have a whole other
Yep.
line, like a title track. It was just like writing another hit. You're just like, God damn.
So, what's your favorite song from each album?
Yeah, if you can pick.
Monsta asked me this earlier. Having trouble. I probably the Hubba Bubba Grape right now, at least, and the Black Bourbon.
Mm,
Those are my standouts right now.
could
But that
change, but
that cherry
I,
banana bomb too though.
I
Yeah,
like
that one
I
sounds
like
amazing.
all the Kush and the Hubba Bubba grape.
Yeah,
I
I'm a
know.
huge fan of Bubba Kush, so the Hubba Bubba is near dear to me.
Oh, and I know
Um,
you're like a nighttime medicine man too. You need one that'll like put you out and kind of cut through all the noise from the rest of the day, and that is certainly what like your neurotoxin does. You
no,
know, is
this
this'll
does
do
that.
that too. Cool.
Yeah, yeah. I have ADHD. My mind never stops. So I need an upper in the morning and a downer at night to level myself
Mhm.
out. So
Well, that me too, and that's exactly how I'm gonna be like determining which of these I'm gonna be growing. You know, I need one for the morning, one for the afternoon, one for the evening.
yeah,
Choices.
But what's so like grow along wise? Again, you'll be able to pick any one of these. Oh wait, we do have some encores too. What are the bonus beans?
Oh yeah, the bonus releases. 1 second here. Okay, so these bonus releases are usually like the packs I give out as gift packs, right? Like freebies. These haven't been tested yet. That's why I give them out for free. I mean,
Word.
they're still going to be good, legit seeds, I'm sure. But so we have coffee breath. That's the cactus breath crossed to the Bubba.
Sounds
And
awesome.
yeah, I haven't grown it, but I know it's going to be
It
awesome.
just,
I'm hoping that flower turns out like the Bubba, but the yields go way up from the cactus. That's what I'm hoping for on that. And then I got the banana skunk. I wasn't able to get that skunk in. Just too much shit. But the banana pepper times the skunk. I imagine it's going to be real runcy as well, real leafy, with maybe some raunchy phenos in there from the skunk. And then
that
I got,
sounds intriguing. Skunk crossed with
yeah,
that like gelato base and
yeah,
very high bud to leaf ratio, and then kind of vice versa.
yeah. I'm, I'm I'm guessing it's gonna be like a creamy, skunky, right?
Mm,
The creamy from the gelato, skunky. That's what my guess is. And then the last one is the GHB version 2. So the original
wait,
GHB. So
like
it's
date rape
called.
drug?
I was like a play. My bad. Let me explain. It was a play on that, but it stands for gas, hash, and butter. So, that's neurotoxin times the peanut butter breath BX3. Um, that's the version 1, but this is the neurotoxin times the PB and crack.
Word. I thought it was more of a tongue-in-cheek comment on like its effect quality of it'll knock your ass out,
Very much so.
make you
If it's
forget
anything
everything
like
that
version
happened.
1, yeah, if it's anything like version 1, it's gonna put you down. Um,
Cool.
I imagine it will be because now it has the triangle and the OGs in it. So
But it's intent, gas, hash, and butter. All right, I got you. I like that, man.
yeah,
It's clever. You're a clever dude.
I try to be here and there, but yeah,
That's
um,
awesome, dude. So will they get like what? Each pack comes with a pack of freebies too? That's how this
each
works?
each order. So not
Each
every pack,
order.
but every the order, right? So if
Okay,
you order
word,
3
word.
packs, 1
You
pack,
still
2
get
packs,
one.
whatever, you'll get a free pack. But I do every pack of seeds comes with 15 count for the one you order, and then the gift pack comes with 10. You get 25 seeds if you just buy 1 pack.
Holy crap.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
That's great bean value right there.
Now, will any of these freebies have a chance of becoming something you release down the line?
Very much so. I'm glad you brought that up. Just like the blueberry limeade,
And just like
right?
the PB and Cray itself, or the Supreme Leader, like it was
Yeah.
a happy
But
accident.
the blueberry limeade was the freebie in my blueberry drop in the beginning of 2023, like almost
Oh
2 years ago.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, people love
yeah,
the blueberry limeade.
It's so good. It's so good. To this day, like still one of my favorites that I've ever grown.
I love it too. It's great, really, really great. But yeah. Oh,
Well,
I thought I would mention too, guys. I had to raise the price of the packs of this. I didn't raise it very much. Previously, it was like $70 a pack plus shipping, $10. I raised it to $89 a pack, free shipping. I just
okay.
had to. The world is going crazy. The price of
Yeah.
everything is tripled, quadrupled. I just had to.
Dude, the only thing that hasn't gone up in all seriousness is the price of a fucking Costco hot dog.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
Yeah, but at what cost does that hot dog not go up? I'm curious. You know what I mean? Like,
They're paying out the asshole for that thing, man. It's
Yeah.
costing them a bunch of money to sell a hot dog for $1.50 like that. And it comes with a soda, doesn't it?
I
So-
don't know.
It's just a ridiculous value. Ridiculous. But it's, dude, it's you're not gouging people. I don't think you're asking like an unreasonable price for seeds. And again, they come with bonus beans too. So
And they're tested. They're super strong genetics, and you get 15 of them.
I told you should have went to 99.
I know. I still feel bad. I never wanted to go above the $70 mark, but
Man, there are
inflation,
people that
shit,
charge hundreds for packs and don't put in as much
Yeah.
work as you, so you shouldn't
Well,
feel
I
bad
just-
for that.
I like having the ability to get them in as many people's hands as possible that want them. You want them. I like them being affordable for you.
I'd say that they're still very affordable.
they are, but it also reflects the time and the energy that you put in to making an epic drop like this happen.
Yeah.
So
15 beans per pack. There was a question in the chat. 15
Yep.
beans per pack.
Yep, and there are prizes for this grow along. This isn't just like a little rinky dink, post your pictures and call it a day at the end. Like
I mean, you can do that if you want to.
well, of course,
Be
that's
as
all
involved
part
as
of
you
it. But
Right.
at the end, there shall be awarded prizes, and not just a pat on the back and a well done.
Right. So like the vision I had, I've always wanted to do some sort of growth, right? For many years. The vision I had is I wanted it to be as like reminiscent as some cup as possible. Possible as you can get it online, right? So I have trophies that I had custom made. They're like glass, they're nice glass engraved trophies. I was hoping to have them in my hands now so I could present them on the show, but they're taking forever. But yeah, I'll have the first, second, third place trophies, and we're gonna have cash prize, 300 for first, 200 for second, 100 for third.
Holy shit!
And
Oh.
then some other grow equipment and stuff, and I've gotten a couple of other like my favorite breeders, Dab for Dads, and then Nathan Bakery Genetics. They're gonna add some packs of seeds in as some prizes. I talked to the New Moon Earthbox cover guy.
Yeah.
He's gonna add in a couple of his covers.
Oh hell yeah,
prize.
man!
Yeah, and I've got a few more people that I'm looking to talk to about prizes and stuff.
All
Just
right,
really wanted to make it fun as possible for everyone.
yeah. We'll get the details hashed out before it all goes down. But like,
No pun intended.
Ah,
there, it's gonna be epic. First official CC grow along. Come be part of Poppin' Monsters grow along, Cherry.
The only cherry you're going to be popping. I assure you.
And it just, I feel like the community aspect of this is it's going to be so much fun. It is. So if it's your first time growing reg photos, fear not. We'll be here for you.
So we haven't set a date for the grow along yet, correct?
No.
correct.
Okay.
So I think me and Captain were talking earlier today. I think the drop is on the 18th, and I'd like to get everybody to start popping their beans on Sunday, November 3rd. That's like 17 days from the drop. I think that gives everybody enough time. What do you guys think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. Gives you 2 good weeks post drop to
Get your shit together.
get your shit together. I mean, if you got some, again, like figure this out on your end. Like if you we're going to start in solo cups, guys, like you might just need a little bit of room for a few weeks, you know? They're not going to be big till you flip the flower and they start stretching. So
Strap them to your tent poles.
Yeah.
right, get those little solo cup holders
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
strapped to your tent poles. Boom.
Yeah. Great
and-
idea.
If it's your first time doing this, again, don't fucking worry about it. It's easy, nothing to fear. Like you're not gonna mistake female plants for male plants. I don't think that happens too very often. Like you just like look at the plant. Like, does it look like it has balls? Like, just
But you have a whole
Jesus
Discord
Christ.
of people who can help you.
I know.
And there's always, there's no pressure. Like this
We
is
can-
supposed to
we
be
can
super
help you.
fun.
Yes, it's going to be super fun. I cannot wait.
I
It's-
think next episode we'll go dive deep into, sexing plants and different ways to do it. I think we need to kind of go over that again.
For sure.
Greg
sure,
seeds
but
for
I just-
dummies.
People should not be afraid, and they should just join in the fun without thinking twice about it. Yeah,
And then
literally.
who knows? You might win some money, some prizes, whatever.
You might
But have fun.
name the next joint custody strain and have the whole next drop based on that one, variety.
It's
Because
not a bad idea.
yeah,
Pretty cool.
it's just it's the community is great. We're gonna there's gonna be laughs for months on end here. We're all gonna be growing together and enjoying one another's company. So don't miss out. And especially don't miss this drop. Even if you don't care about us, you don't give a fuck about the grow along, don't miss these genetics.
And where can everybody find those genetics, Joint?
You can find them on my website, jcuniversal.link.
.link.
The link is actually in my bio.
Mhm. If you Google
On,
joint custody
on Instagram.
seeds, it's the first thing that pops up.
Yeah, it's the first thing that pops up.
Cool.
Not hard to find.
And we can Google it for you if you need us to. DM us. But yeah, dude,
I'm posting it right now.
Sir?
There it is. It's a pleasure to talk to you again about literally the hard work you've been doing. It's impressive. It really is. You're doing this for the community and it means a lot to us.
Mhm.
We appreciate
You guys
you,
are
Joint.
amazing.
Real motherfucker.
Back at all three of you.
Well, it's so exciting when we get to run through a new drop, but it's like doing it 2 in 1. It was just overwhelming.
Yeah, and then knowing that we have a good reason to grow them together.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
It's like,
and now it's which ones are we gonna grow? They're all potential winners. This is going to be one of the coolest grow alongs I've ever heard of. So tell your friends, get in the fun, join the Discord, of course, all that stuff. Help us out on Patreon if you have some extra coin. And check out Joint's website too. He's got some older classics that you're not going to want to forget about as well. Like the neurotoxin and blueberry and Push and OJ, all the building blocks.
I'm actually sold out of. I'm out of stock on a lot of them. The only two
word.
you can get from older ones is Cushion OJ and Limeade.
Well,
But
still,
they'll be back
both
up
good choices.
eventually.
keep an eye out. And yeah, he's on our Discord too. So we're all gonna do this together, guys. Gonna be a big family affair.
Yeah, dude, I'm
Fucking
so excited.
gangbang.
Can't wait! I can't wait to see everybody's plants, and I just hope we don't run it. That there's no drama or anything like that. This is just
No.
strictly supposed to be for fun,
No, man.
Just
fun
fun.
only. Everybody's loving everybody. It's one big fucking Bob Marley weed show.
Amen. With all the craziness in the world right now, literally, if you bring any drama to our grow along, banned for life. No questions asked.
There's not going to be any drama.
No, there won't be. But we're doing this for fun, guys, and just bring us your smiles and good attitudes.
Solos. Smiles and solos.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which I'm going to do. It's the hardest decision now is which to do. So, I got some thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Got some thinking to do.
I don't necessarily want to give you guys any input. I want you guys to choose what you want to grow. I think just watching you guys choose it and then seeing what comes out of it is going to be really cool.
Amen. Just whichever one speaks to you is the one you should choose. It's just,
now, are these all going to be available in like a box set?
Oh, so there's going to be 3 different sets, right? There's going to be a PB and Cray box, there's going to be a grape box, and then there's going to be a box that combines both of them.
Ah.
You have the ability to choose any of the sets you'd like.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
Breeder yourself or a preservationist of sorts, like, reg seeds are what you want to start most breeding projects with, right? So there you go. You got a whole bunch of great building blocks yourself, but yeah, whatever you want to do with them, they're out in the world now.
You want to breed with them too. They make excellent.
Yeah, you love that stuff, right?
Make your own seeds. I highly suggest people do that.
Hell yeah.
The no better feeling. Making seeds and then growing them out and looking, seeing your creations. It's a crazy feeling, especially when you get it right. Really cool.
That's cool. Yeah, he encourages you to work with his stuff. He loves seeing his grandchildren out there in the world.
Yep.
But yeah, man, it's again awesome to have you on, and I'm so excited for these and excited for what's to come in the community. Grow along wise, just going to be awesome.
We got a great group of breeders a part of this community. I say it all the time. Fucking awesome.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Calabrese and Green Guy, those guys are dope too, and Outcast. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
I love them all.
It's nice to see that all of us that are in this community are all of the same state of mind. Really cool.
I do. We like the people that love the plant truly, and just not do you would do it seemingly even if you weren't making any money, and it wasn't I understand it has to be economically viable to keep doing a thing, that sort of stuff, but it just seems like you would do this because you love doing it, man. Even if you were a hermit who lived in a cave, you'd probably still be crossing plants together just because you find it interesting,
Or if I somehow became rich and I would still,
yeah.
be doing it.
It's not about the money. It's about doing what you like to do and making it a sustainable thing for yourself. So
I really found the person I was when I started growing. That makes sense. Came into my own, developed a real special connection with nature that I didn't have before, and science and all that stuff. It's just awesome.
The plant grew you.
Yep. Flip mode.
Weird, man. Let's wrap it up, man. Gotta pee so bad. But again, thank you everyone who watches live. We love the comments, the community. It's all part of the fun.
And if you're just listening and you don't know, we do go live pretty much every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
On YouTube and Twitch.
Yes, we do.
That's right.
Yes, we do. So join us, please. And any last comments, guys? Any final thoughts?
Just thank you to everybody. Thanks, guys. I love doing this for you guys. I want to have a epic grow off. I just want to see a lot of happy people having fun, working together, trying to grow the best fucking things they can.
We
That's all I
will,
want.
man. We're gonna have so much fun.
It's gonna be great. I can't wait.
And mostly, in order to participate in the grow along, you can't get caught until that happens. So don't
Can
get
go
caught.
fuck yourself though.
Later, guys.